Namaste beautiful yogis. Today we are getting ready together. So this is a get ready with me morning routine. So this is what I did and you're just gonna hang out with me. And if you like this type of videos, let me know in the comments below so I can do a few more of them, or maybe a morning routine, something like that. And let's get started. It's sticky. Alright, so I have a mask on and it's the Andalou. It's an old mask. If it's still available, I'll link it below, but I got it long time ago and I just found it in my stash. So I'm finishing it. I love it. My favorites are always Andalou, Mychelle. Mychelle are the best. They make the best masks. And of course, Aussie Naturals. This is a glycolic peel, so I can't do it today because I did it yesterday. It doesn't do anything except for maybe brighten my complexion, but it doesn't make it peel or anything like this. It's a 30% glycolic and it's cold processed, cold pressed. Anyways, let's wash this off. And pat dry. I'm not supposed to be real rough with the skin. Then I'm gonna use my little silicone Sonic cleanser. It's not plastic, it's silicone, and what it does, it disperses the dirt from the pores, so it's really nice. I'm gonna do it with an Andalou. This is hemp stem cell based line, and I just ordered their SPF, so I'll let you know how that is, but I haven't received it yet. So I use just a little bit. Dry towels are really important. What type of towels? I'm using this organic towel that I adore. I don't know if it's a psychological aspect of it, but when cotton is organic, it makes me completely gushy inside, and I always buy Lottie organic pajamas because it makes me feel good. So not sure if it's a psychological aspect, but it's funny because we started buying Tony's Chocolonely chocolate, and it's 100% traceable, slave-free cacao beans. And Johnny says that he can taste the consciousness in it, that this chocolate tastes just different. So same with this. It just, when it's organic, it feels different. Anyways, so let's do serums because I love serums. And I'm gonna start with vitamin C, ferulic serum. These are just skin actives. So it's hyaluronic acid and vitamin C and ferulic, and I think vitamin E in this one, L-ascorbic acid. So it's a high concentration, 20%, and you can pre-buy it in advance because it does go bad. It takes about a month and the color starts to change, but they do ship it to you fresh. Kind of below. And you know, in Korean skincare, which I love, tapping is a big thing because it stimulates collagen production. And the next serum is this one. It's the coenzyme. No, actually the coenzyme is in the fridge. That's the Matrix Seal S6. Is for wrinkles, again concentrate. Non-GMO, cruelty-free, from the same company, Timeless, which creates skin actives. So it's almost kind of, the concept is what a lab would give you as the main ingredient without the filler. So this one is a little thicker, and again, I use 1 to 2 serums in the morning and 1 to 2 in the evening, whatever I have time for. And oftentimes I just repeat them. If my skin is a little irritated from the peels, from the glycolic acid, which I've been using since back from Bulgaria, then I'll just skip the vitamin C. And again, now one thing I do while applying my skincare or even my makeup is I actually do my a little bit of exercises, especially for this area, the eyes. And it's a little funny looking, but it's flexing of this muscle. And you can do it up to 200 times. I definitely don't do it that many times, but I do try to stretch my face, because think about it. If when you stretch your arms and your back, it feels so good, but we don't stretch our face. So when I stretch it, yawning is that it feels so lovely. So that's the concept of this particular pose. Stretches the face, but at the same time you're flexing here, so it's strengthening this area, the muscles. All right, we will do SPF, and this one is a little low, but I really like it. It's Alive Alginist. It's the first thing I'm using from this brand. It's a zinc oxide sunscreen, and I really like it. It's not very greasy. The only thing I don't like is how low the cap is, but we'll live with that. I'm usually trying to be quiet in the morning, and that's a little more than I typically use, but that's okay. Goodness, now I'm white. And generally most things don't irritate my eyes, and I place it close to the eyes. Makeup. So I'm happy to report that I don't use a lot of makeup. I never have, actually. This is the same I've always used. So always, especially today, I didn't sleep enough. So this is the La Vera cover stick. I like it. It's clean ingredients, and it does work. I only place it here on the inside of my eyes, where I tend to see darkness. I don't even know if I have darkness today. And I tap it to just blend it in. And then I use a pencil. I really like this one. It's based, castor oil based, and maybe jojoba. I think it has castor and jojoba. Castor stimulates hair growth, so I like that. I'm using my phone, so that might not work here, but I just start from the inside and I drag it out. I can't tell if I'm doing anything. This I forgot to mention. It's Bablu or something like that. The pronunciation, I have no idea how to pronounce it, but it's an organic pencil that I had to get. My previous one was NYX, and now I guess they're no longer vegan because they sell in China, or I should say no longer not tested on animals. So I've only gotten NYX when in a hurry and in Nordstrom's rack, actually. So I think that's it. I can't see very well, so you get the idea. I just start from the inside and go up. So when I open my eyes, it's almost slightly up, slightly cat eyes. And we're gonna do something real cool today. We are going to open a new mascara. This is the Too Faced Better Than Love mascara. A long time ago, I used the Better Than Sex mascara, and I was going on and on about it, and I loved it. And then I stopped using it, and I forgot why I stopped using it. And now that I think about it, it's because it was amazing, but it was impossible to take off. Wow, I just got it and haven't even opened it, and it's splattered with water drops. Interesting. I don't know if it's showing it. It's beautiful. I don't care for packaging, but they've done a good job as far as that goes. All right, from here we are going to let's see if it's Better Than Love, because then you don't need enlightenment, you just use mascara, and you got it. I noticed that since I shaved my head, my nose appears, I don't know if it's in person, but on camera it appears a little different shape, like almost upturned. Not a fan of my new nose, but it could be just the phones, the way they pick up image, because I'm doing this on the phone. So again, I'm looking at the phone and I can't tell if it's Better Than Sex or Better Than Love. And I also haven't double checked where Too Faced stands nowadays. I know this is made in Italy and it used to be a vegan brand, and I got it in a rush when Lottie was giving me a lot of run for my money. So we were at the store and Lottie starts going crazy in this. When she starts going crazy in the store, like, things end up that I'm holding, things end up in my car. Alright, so for lipstick I used Too Faced, and because it's really dark and I'm not going out now. Usually if I'm going out I'll do this, otherwise I won't. I just dab it a few times. I use it as a lip stain basically, and I use for Glow this Korean brand that ended up in my cart again the same way certain things end up. Shopping with a baby is really the most impossible task in the world, and oftentimes I'm holding something and she just wrecks the whole cosmetics rack, so the item that I'm holding ends up in my cart and I go tend to her and I forget about it. So this one, I mean, I wanted it, of course, because it's a Korean gold infused highlighter in cream. So you see it's gold, and you just use it as a highlighter or as a kind of a bronzy thing. And I will spread further my my sunblock so I don't look white. And let me know, do I need eyebrows? I never used to do my eyebrows. I refuse to add another step to my routine. I know people are really big on really nice thick eyebrows, but I'm working with what I have. I would like them to be a little thicker, and I'm using my castor oil. I never remember for them, and maybe they're growing. I think they're getting thicker. If I compare them to 2 years ago, I think they're way thicker. I don't do anything to them. I don't plug them or anything. If there is little small hairs around, I leave them at this point. I'm shaving my head, might as well go all the way. And one more thing, this rose water by Edgar Casey is everything. It's amazing. I use it as a moisturizer through the day. It's used, you can use it as a finishing spray. I don't use powder, so there is no need for that. It's glycerin, and the water is vortex and magnetized because it's after his readings. I used to be obsessed with Edgar Casey's books, and there was a book in Bulgaria, compilations on his readings on dreams and on Atlantis and on healing. Just gorgeous books. I love them. If I find them, if they even exist now, because we're talking 20-something years ago, I'll link them below, or at least if I find something similar to that in English. But yeah, now I'm probably glossy, and if I have some white stuff from the zinc, that is because I'm not using a real mirror. So if I look a little funky, it's because I don't see myself. Just keep that in mind. But that's it. It's a very simple routine, although I do have 2 serums and I adore them because they do help with collagen production and brightening the skin. Of course, skincare always starts from the inside out, and hydration, water, really colorful veggies. One thing I do that probably I could skip on is coffee, but I love coffee, and maybe one day I'll do an experiment and see, you know, half a year without coffee and see if I look any different. The mascara does seem to be really good. Look at this. And this is really good. The exercises for the face are good because they also they're good for the skin as well. And it stretches, because if you just do that, that's why part of the reason why we yawn. If you just do that, it feels so good. Like the way when you haven't stretched your back in a while and you're like, oh, why didn't I do that earlier? That exercise also strengthens your cheekbone muscles, so that you keep on going. It is tried out. Looks weird, but it is pretty effective. And there is also forehead exercises. You can try the frowning and resistance, and you can the lifting of the eyebrow. So those things are a really good part of the morning routine, as well as just a little bit of a scalp massage, which also relaxes the face muscles. And I think we're done with the morning routine. I'll go ahead and continue enjoying my coffee and go edit that video. I finished shooting the video and I realized that I didn't talk about one part of the morning routine, or my new discovery. I finally jumped on that whole bandwagon of Diva cups or menstrual cups, and I really adore the concept. I adore how it works. It's really environmental. Silicone is it's 100% silicone, so it's environmental. And I tried to research which ones to get. There's cheaper ones, but I decided to go with a California company. This is made in California, and it's salt. And this particular package came in with two cups, but because I couldn't decide which size to get, they said if you have had children or heavy flow, the bigger one, and the smaller is for the other occasions. Those ones, I think, were the active ones that you can wear if you have a really active jumping lifestyle, and I think that means they're a little firmer. Alright, I wasn't sure about sizing or the type of cup, so I started with the salt, and it's salt. And I must say I had to get the package of two because it's cheaper rather than first buy one and then buy the other if it's not the right size. And I do think they take all returns if it's not the right product for you. But it worked out okay for me. It's a learning curve. It took me forever to learn how to use it, and to be honest with you, I had to be stuck at when we went to the hot pools, mineral pools in Bulgaria, in Hisaria. I had to use it and had not brought any, I haven't brought any other products with me, like tampons or anything. So I was stuck with just this, and I had to learn how to use it at the pool. going to the pool, and I had to learn it, and I did, and I'm glad, because it's really environmental. It just takes all the, even the organic female, is it called, hygiene products out of the picture. You use less of those or none of those, and that's amazing for you and for the environment and all around. It's a good idea. So, and if you have your favorite ones, I do like those. I ended up only liking the smaller one. The bigger one is a little, I can't use it, because even though I have had a child, I don't think that affects which one you should use. I think it's the height of your cervix plus the heaviness of your flows. I think that would be the determiner, but you know, I could be wrong. So you have to just figure out for yourself the proper size and the proper cup. And at first they are a big learning curve. They do take a while to learn. It's not something like you get it from the first time. Actually, the first time you think, okay, this is the wrong color, this is totally wrong, I can't figure it out, and so forth. But after a while, it's a whole new thing. You figure it out and it's seamless. You don't feel it. So overall, I do recommend it, but if you have your favorite one, especially if you're someone that has tried a few different ones, let me know in the comments below. I did end up liking them a lot, and I feel like the smaller one, obviously, it's easier because it's just more comfortable, and you probably can feel it less. So I don't know. Anyways, that's what I wanted to add in. I had finished shooting, but I didn't want to forget to tell you about this. And if anything I have spoken about, I'll try to list it in the description below. So